time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot cause we ballin' and spittin' up every hour. Look mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Tell you the truth with all that goody power. Cause you spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. Hey, Shawty must know I'm the man. My money lover like a #1 fan. Don't open my mouth, let her talk to my fans. My Benjamin Franklin's. A couple of grands, I got rubber bands. My paper planes making a dance. Yes, I'm like that's part of my. We building castles that's made out of. She's amazing, on fire blazing, hotter than Cajun. Girl, won't you move a little closer? Time to get this maximum wage that belong on a poster. I'm in the days that is waving at me like damn it, I know you. You run the show like a hoster. Tell me whatever and I'll be your gopher. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. From the top of the mountain, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. Yeah, I'm spending my money. I'm out of control. Somebody help me. She taking my bankroll, but I'm king of the club, and I'm wearing a crown, popping these bottles, watching they go home. You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New York Jets. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Point after try forthcoming. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go. Shot.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. You look at this Carolina defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hard throw, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Ready, ready.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it. As a former defender, I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The Jets at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's Drew Sanders who got in there and dropped him.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Ready.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
The 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
At the 14-yard line.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fernandez. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll get this out to Genty. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Bates' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Jets.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
Haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Shot.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I see through your
Warriors.
10 3-yard score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On the double. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Back to throw here. A short throw taken in by Conquo. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
2nd down and 4.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Ball again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
That's another Jets.
Ready.
First down.
They'll run with Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point splits the uprights. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. And this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trying on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. Finney. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Mark, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, it's Genty. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Y'all got to talk about taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We made more power. March also dangerous. Y'all talk about race.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Genty will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Dragon 60. Mustang 19. 19 line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Go. 19, 18.
I'll give to Hall running right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming in, he's taken down. Nick Scorton.
It's a 10-yard
Credit him
loss.
with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
At the 24-yard
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Second and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go. Set. Come 19. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Tootin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Bronco 80. Go.
They'll run with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Jets, first down.
They'll go again with Hall. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Jets, first down.
Running left, it's Hall.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Chig Okonkwo. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Okay,
The
break.
line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Panther 60. Panther check. Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
It's good for the Jets. First
19. Tiger. 19.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On the RPO, that's complete right side. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Down. Cowboy 80. Ready.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll throw now on the final play. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
We don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Bates' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Panthers 20, Jets 17.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And he's got it down to the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
70 Rangers. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He'll look to throw. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
Unlock. Step it in.
Paul want to give up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set.
19 tight.
Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now they'll audible to something else. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll try to run with Hall. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
It's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
2nd and 4. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Fernandez. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A strong running. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the run play. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Give him 15 there. The Panthers have a 1st down.
At the 22-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll set up a throw. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Y'all can't talk about basic.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Okay,
here's a
ready.
2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
A give running right is Hall. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Come 19. Cup 19. Ready up.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
The career's more at stake when you win your problem. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been
On the
From
ready.
the 41, here's a 2nd and 7.
Back and 60.
Looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 12 yards there. The Jets have a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on. Ready.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
That'll be complete to Okonkwo. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
18, Rattler, 8, 60, Bison, 60, Warriors, 70, go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down trot. He'll try and do this himself. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Ready, set.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ready.
They'll look to run with Hall into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Let go.
Tootin is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown.
This is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
27, Panthers 20.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one over the back line of the end zone, where they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On the give, Gianti. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll look to throw.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And less than a yard.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
10 at the 42-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a one-score game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Franklin.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
What happened to time in the
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff to Genty. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go. 18 guard,
The run straight ahead with Genty.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, Finney. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Here's 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on it. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Ready?
They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings us 3rd and 8.
And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good.